What's up, boys? Week 6 in the books, and Joe, it was a little bit of a snooze fest. There was a lot of blowouts.
Yeah, you hate to see it, but that's just the way it was this week.
I just feel like that's kind of like, I don't know. About this time, you kind of see who's the big dicks, who's the little dicks, and where London has fallen.
Yeah, I would have to say, typically, like it's relatively close with everybody, but it seems like this was the week that got separation.
This is separation week. That's good call. That's what we're dubbing this. This is separation week. We have some 5-1 teams. We have some 1-5 teams. The 1-5 teams really not looking great. So,
yeah.
And the 5-1 teams, very, very good. So,
yeah.
Let's get into it. We have one good matchup on Monday between Luth and Biggs, which we'll get into that. So I said in the group text that this week would be the mid-year rankings. I messed up. It is next year. Next week. Next week is the mid-year rankings because I screwed up the math in my head. I was hammered. So one thing about this part of the season that I like a lot is now we can get into the strength of schedule. So you can look ahead like the next 4 or 5 games and kind of see like, okay, this guy's got a really tough schedule coming up, or this guy's got a really easy schedule coming up based on the teams that you're playing, because now you kind of get like we said, this is separation week. We kind of know who the good teams are and who the bad teams are and who the medium teams are.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I think it adds a different element to it, and I think it's really fun.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. We have a proposed fumble stat change. I don't think it's been voted on or anything yet, but I do want to kind of talk about it because I didn't know that if you just fumbled the ball, that was an automatic -1.
Yeah, I did notice that during the year, but the one thing that I picked up on, because my guy, so basically Jeff Wilson this week had 25 yards, and he had a fumble loss.
Oh, yeah.
And I noticed that he had minus -0.05 for the week. And I was like, that doesn't look right, you know? And that's when I figured out that like it was an addition onto the to the fumble loss. So fumble loss was -2, which is typically what we usually do in the past.
I agree with it.
But the -1 fumble, also was an addition to it. Which honestly, my opinion about it is I don't mind the fumble. Minusing the fumble, I think but the fumble loss should just be an additional -1. So then it's fumble loss is -2, but a fumble is still -1.
Okay. Well, what do you think internet? What do you think interceptions should be?
-2.
-2. Okay. It just seemed like we were favoring the quarterbacks this year, so I think interceptions should be -1. They happen a lot more to a single player than fumbles do.
Yeah.
So it makes sense to me to do -1. I get it. It's probably not going to be a very popular opinion, but yeah, because if the ball comes out, that's not good. That's on your player.
You hold the ball.
Yeah.
Hold the damn ball.
All right. What if say the player fumbles the ball but recovers his own fumble? I think that should negate the -1.
Yeah, but there's no way to actually do that.
Oh, we're this science, bitches. It's 2022. We can do whatever the fuck we want. But anyways, that was a stretch. But I do like, because if you cough the ball up, that's a boo boo. That's bad.
Yeah,
that's not good. Hold on to the fucking ball. If you lose it, that's -2 altogether.
Yeah,
I like it. So I'm in favor of the change. -3 just seems a bit extreme.
Yeah, it seemed like most people voted for just to keep it as -2 fumble lost.
Yeah.
So that we just did that.
Okay.
Maybe that's something we can propose and put on the docket for next year, and have a vote
Or
on.
Chris can just change it this year. He does what he wants. It's whatever.
Yeah,
It's Chris's league, and we just play in it.
He's a wild card too.
I know. I love it. It's awesome. But all right, you got anything else before we get into the matchups?
That's about it.
Alrighty. For the first matchup, we have mine. Eagles are frauds versus Campbell's Starbucks Cup. I got a new song for Bobby winning. It goes...
Rain, hey, it's Bobby, I'm not moving, please stop messing up my name. Starbucks, be filling up my cup. Starbucks, be jacking me up. Starbucks, 10,000 degrees, and yeah, I'll take something to eat. I'm always holding up the line cause I might be a...
Starbucks.
And I'm pretty sure he said Bobby in that
He
song,
did.
too.
He did. He said, my name's Bobby, not Booby. Stop messing it up. So, yeah.
That actually works kind of perfect. I don't know how you found that.
It was awesome. I was just scrolling through, and then I heard the verse, and I'm like, wow, this couldn't have been any more perfect.
Yeah, well, hey, whatever depths of the internet that you had to go crawl that out of, done.
I go looking for these. I did these. This is like my new favorite thing. I like going to look for them. But anyways, he's got a 4-game win streak, so he's on fire. Or no, he had balls back.
Balls back.
Yeah, he got balls back. Well done. He's definitely one of the hottest teams. I'd even go so far as to say he might be the hottest, even though Jerv has a 5-game win streak, because just the amount of points that Bobby has put up in the last 3 weeks.
Yeah.
The amount of points Bobby has put up in the last 3 weeks is insane.
Yeah, he's definitely turned it up a notch the last 3 weeks. Looking good all around. He's got Thielen that's coming around for him. Eckler shows his value where he's not going to get like all those yards. Like, he only had 30-something yards rushing and then 40-something receiving. I mean, he got himself 10 catches.
Right.
And he was able to secure himself that touchdown. Mm-hmm. So he showed where his value was, and then Burrow had himself a day.
I know. Of course he was. It was in New Orleans. It was his return. It was like the Saints fans, it was hard for us to root against them. Like, it was bad. It was just not a good situation, and I knew that going into that game that it was going to be a bad situation. So, I mean, it was good, but it was bad. So,
yeah, that was a double whammy for you.
It was so bittersweet.
Yeah, I mean, for both of them. I mean, he beat us, the Saints, and then beat you in fantasy.
Oh, I know. Yeah, it was rough because like I can't be mad at him.
No,
I love the guy to death.
Yeah.
So like it was tough. It was tough.
He can own me any day.
Yeah, exactly. So I was okay with this one, although I really needed this W because, fuck man, 2-4 is going to be a hard hole to crawl out of. Like, it's not the hardest, and it's possible, but it's going to be a difficult hole to crawl out of. You know one thing I've noticed?
What's that?
Bobby is 5-1 and has not spent a single FAAB dollar.
Just saving up the money.
I don't know what he's saving it up for, but hey, he hasn't needed it. I mean, he's 5-1, and he's got one of the most point totals for.
Is it like the new Mario Kart? Where, in the Mario Kart for Switch, if you collect all the gold coins, you go faster. The more coins you collect. So he's just like keeping all of his money because that's, just going to help him win.
That's just good in the end. Yeah. That's probably what he is. That's exactly what he's doing, actually. Never mind.
Yeah.
I should have known that.
It has nothing to do with, just not being lazy on the free agent wire or anything like that.
He has not been lazy on the waiver wire.
No.
It has nothing to do with that. He's going to cash in. So that's one thing I noticed that was interesting. Of course, Kittle does things the week I finally put him on the bench.
Yep.
That was just I knew that was gonna happen. It was. Ugh.
It would have happened last week if you did it. It would have happened the week after if you would have done it. It was gonna happen the week you were gonna put him on the bench.
Yep. That's just it's my luck. It's my luck with gambling, with fantasy. Anything that I put money on, that's just my luck. It's and I keep falling for it. So like it's on me. It's on me at this point. I keep putting my money into these stupid things. So
yeah.
It's not looking great.
Yeah, it's like fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me.
Fool me twice, third time, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th, a billion times. Shame. Yeah, it's just a lot of shame. Just shame. I should Game of Thrones myself, honestly. If I do that, I just walk through downtown Covington butt ass naked with like people throwing shit at me, I might be able to like turn the tide on my luck.
Or maybe do that, but you are the one that's saying shame and like whipping yourself.
And whipping myself? Yeah, like like those monks that used to hit themselves like as penance for other people's sins and shit. Yeah. All right, well, I might do that. That might be fun. Or, hey, maybe if I lose, I'll have to do that. The loser of the fantasy league has to do the Game of Thrones shame.
Oh, gosh.
That would be awesome. And he just probably have he won't be naked because we don't want anybody going to jail.
We'll do a Speedo.
We'll do a Speedo, and he just has loser written all over him. That would be fun.
We're just shouting shame.
Shame. I think that's a good one.
That's not bad.
My Lazard for Dobbins trade is looking nice. Because Dobbins, I think Kenyon Drake's now the new guy in Baltimore. So thank you, Jerv. But I think Tanyan's going to be a big guy. I mean, Lazard's going to get his, but I don't know. I think Tanyan's going to be the guy.
I mean, he's getting frustrated with the wide receivers, so he's turning to other people.
Yeah, no, that is true. I mean, the thing is with your team, it sucks just because there's just been so much people out this whole year.
Yeah, but now
And it's just at this point now you're running out of time.
Yes, and that's just it's become my team. That's just how my team is. They're hurt.
Yeah.
They're always hurt. So yeah, I am running out of time. Speaking of time, let's get to the next. Or well, actually, I kind of want to look ahead because Bobby has got James, you, Chris Valente, and Luther as his next 4. I can see him taking 3 out of 4. So I can see him going 3-1 through that stretch. He could I don't know. I just think he's got the potential to go 3-1 through that stretch because the strength of schedule is medium. I've been looking through people's strength of schedule. That one's medium. Mine is going to be rough. I'm looking at going 1-3.
1-3.
1-3 because I got Chris Nairboss.
Good
Luther.
for you.
What?
Good for you.
Why?
I'm just.
I got Chris Nairboss, Luther, Luke, and Jerv. I'm probably going to go 1-3 through that stretch. I might win 1. But I'm going to be optimistic and say I'm going 3-1.
Oh, okay. I was pandering to your pessimism.
No,
but
I'm going to go 3-1. So,
Okay.
I'm going to keep telling myself that I'm going to keep setting my lineup. I'm going to keep being a good fantasy member.
a good boy.
Good boy. Good boy. Anyways, you got anything else on this one?
All right. Nah, we can move on.
Alrighty. Let's see. Campbell Starbucks Cup beats Eagles Are Frauds. 137 point something, I think. Yeah, 137.7 to 90.94. This one is for... This next one is for You Haven't Seen Crazy. For Chris Nairboss. Nice little song. I did it last week, so you know it's coming. Huge W for Chris. Chris really needed this because the way the league is right now, 2-4 is way worse than 3-3.
Yeah, I mean, you still sitting at like 500 where you're having to crawl back 2 games for because the more we go into the season, the harder it is to get to that 500 level when you're on a losing on the losing side of things.
I agree. I agree. So this was one James could afford, but I don't know because he did the exact same thing he does every week. He just starts the wrong people. It's great. It's actually just comical.
It really is because the thing is like 4-2 is a good record in this league, but like the last 2 weeks has not shown any promise.
No, it doesn't look good. But he has guys like Metcalf and like Diggs, Mike Williams. The San Diego game was a weird game all around. Obviously with the Bigs matchup, Herbert underperformed.
I think
it was just.
I think it's
weird.
on based off of Herbert. He's still battling that rib injury.
Because a rib injury is tough. It's painful. You know, it's not like it's you debilitating, but it is painful.
And the thing is, you can still function through the pain. It's not like a mobility part of your body, your elbow, your ankle, your knee. But at the same time, it's still painful as shit to go through.
Oh, absolutely. So he had Christian Kirk, Hunter Henry, and Trevor Lawrence all on the bench that he should have started. Every week it happens. He starts the wrong people.
I mean, I give him props. I mean, the Tom Brady was the start against Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how you.
That game did not make any sense.
No.
So I think what Chris did with Kyle Pitts is kind of what the same thing I did. Because Pitts was playing and. I think he just got sick of it and benched him, like I did with Kittle, and he ended up performing.
Yep,
it sucks.
It was funny.
The worst.
It was funny. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, that was funny. And I mean, you just have to eat it. It was just, that was the thing. You weren't going to. It was the same situation with you.
Yep.
So it's curious. I'm curious what he's going to try to do now. I know he's talked about trades with him. Although I sent him one, he didn't like it. So
yeah, people are being really stingy in the league with trades, which I mean is fine. I don't like. I'd rather stingy than not, but I don't know. It's all like you got to figure out where people's places their value on and where they don't. So, also catching them like at a certain time of the year, like when people are losing and people are desperate, that's when you take advantage.
Yep.
Did Brandon Ayuk break the curse? Break the Breece Hall curse because he had a fucking week.
He had a week, and I think my first thing, because he had 2 touchdowns very early on Sunday. My first reaction was to see if he actually was benched. But
man, that would have been the ultimate.
That would have been
hilarious, and that just seeing Chris,
Poor Chris would just suffer.
it would bring happiness to me though.
It would be very funny. That would be the ultimate curse. Like Ayuk had finally had a good game and you had him on your bench, but luckily for Chris, he started him, which was good.
I think he was forced to.
You think so?
Yeah.
It was out.
I mean, Devontae Adams and Hollins was out.
And, I mean, basically, he could have... No, I mean, that was the 2 wide receivers.
Yeah, so he... Dude, how about Kenneth Walker? That was a lucky start. Do you think he knew that was coming?
I mean, you go Kenneth Walker, Carter, or...
Pacheco.
Pacheco. Well, Carter had a really good week last week. He had
so I guess
tutties.
That's it. But I mean, Rashad Penny being out, the opportunity was there.
Oh yeah. But Kenneth Walker is explosive. He was he was good against the Saints last week or the week before last. So
no, it's definitely a
good start.
Great start.
I like it.
And looks like a good option moving forward.
So James's team's pretty bipolar, and he has a pretty tough schedule coming up.
Does he have an obsession with backup running backs?
He might. I think he loves backup running backs.
Loves backup running backs.
Because that's all he has is backup running backs.
Tony
right?
Pollard, Kareem Hunt, and he just picked up from a trade. Didn't he?
We'll talk about that. But I think he's just got an obsession with backup running backs. Or it's like just
RB2 all the way.
RB2 all the way. But yeah, dude, he's got look what he's got coming up. He's got Bobby, Luke, Luth, and Huff. I say he goes 1-3.
1-3.
He might go 0-4. So, he's just he had and here's the thing, he put up 116 points in the win against you last week. So I don't know. It's like I said, it's a bipolar team. I see him going maybe 1-3. I'll say 1-3.
Yeah, I just feel like though if we say 1-3, he's going to go 3-1.
3-1. Yeah. So he's going to go 3-1. Good deal. Got it. Chris's schedule coming up is it's got me, Chris, you, and Luke. It's on the lower end, but I'd say it's closer to average because he's kind of on the average side. He's 3-3 right now, so I think he's gonna be like a 2-2 next 4 games, which I'm excited because it's gonna be fun for him.
Yep.
But yeah, you see what I'm saying by this strength of schedule shit? It's actually kind of fun now.
Yeah.
Because you get to see I actually have a tough schedule coming up, or I have cakewalks.
Yeah. Yep.
So you got anything else on this one?
That's about it.
Alrighty. You haven't seen crazy beats. I am digging it. 108.98 to 66.22. Let's see. We have Ceedeez Nutz versus Breece's Pieces.
Eat 'em up, beat 'em up, beat 'em up, beat 'em up. Eat 'em up, beat 'em up, beat 'em up, beat 'em up. Reese's Puffs, Reese's Puffs. Eat 'em up, beat 'em up, beat 'em up, beat 'em up. Reese's Puffs, Reese's Puffs. Eat 'em up, beat 'em up, beat 'em up, beat 'em up. I got Reese's Puffs in my bowl. Nowadays on cruise control. I got Reese's Puffs in my bowl.
Little remix.
I was about to say, you got
remix action there.
Got a remix of it?
Oh yeah, dude. So yeah, Ceedeez Nutz versus Breece's Pieces. Where do you want to start? It's panic time for Chris for sure. Panic button is smashed. He did have some important buys that need to be talked about because who do you have? Well, yeah, we have Robert Woods, and DeAndre Swift on bye. So that was those were tough. I know DeAndre Swift's been out. How about the Deion Jackson?
Deion Jackson.
Deion
yes.
Jackson was a nice start.
That was very good.
I did not see that one coming.
He did his research on that. Because I didn't even take that into account. To be honest with you, I just kind of overlooked like the Colts situation.
Same.
Because what was it? Nyheim Hines is out and Jonathan Taylor. So you couldn't think like the talent level would be there.
Right.
So, but yeah, nice start. Shoot, 10 receptions, 42 yards and a touchdown.
Unfortunately, like 94 points isn't bad. It's a good average number. It's right in the middle. Maybe not. Definitely this week because Matt Wilson fucked up the curve. But it's a good average number. Like it's not terrible. You'll win some weeks with that. So it's not like and Lamar Jackson underperformed for his standards. So
Well, I think the only difference was in that it's just tough when you're going against a matchup like this at tight end, but the Higbee versus Kelsey matchup, that was your biggest difference right there.
Yep. That is true. Let's see. Michael Pittman got back just in time for Huff.
Holy fuck.
He got Pittman back just as Marquise Brown was on his way out for 6 weeks. And he also got the trade, which we'll talk about later, but yeah, I mean, he just seems like Huff's making all the right moves. Breece Hall again, dog.
Yeah.
He's got Najee Harris on the bench, and that he didn't trade, and then he's got Jared Goff coming back. So like, Patrick Mahomes and Jared Goff, like, it's gonna be awesome. Like he's definitely going to. I saw his next 4 games. His next 4 games are Breezy, PC, lemon, squeezy, easy.
A little play on his name, huh?
I tried. It was not my best effort, but easy peasy, Breezy, PC, yeah, lemon squeezy.
Yeah,
we'll go with that one. So yeah, he should go 4-0 in his next 4 games. That he should. Let's put it that way. He should. Let's see. I think Chris has a decent team. He's kind of ran into some bad luck. And now he's sitting at 1-5. He's not completely out of it. As weird as that is to say, he's not completely out of it. Matt Wilson, I think I wrote him off.
He's done.
He's done. But I think that Chris actually has some potential because his team's decent. He's I don't know. Travis Etienne was weird. He's got DeAndre Swift coming back. Woods coming back. He's got I don't know. All in all, I think he has a decent team. It's just tough.
Yeah, it's just some of it hasn't performed.
His breaks have not been great.
Yeah. So Lamar Jackson looked like he was going to be one that was going to help lead him, through the bad times, but it kind of hasn't worked out that way. As bad as it sounds, even though he's not like been terrible. I just think 15, 16, 18-point games are not. I mean, anything sub 20 points for Lamar Jackson is still tough.
Right. Yeah. Well, I mean, this is another solid performance by Huff. Like his team is just it's very, very good. Our team's at the top of the league. It's going to be fun because like those are going to be those top 3 or 4 teams. Those are going to be the guys, obviously, that are going to be they're going to go deep in the playoffs.
Super teams.
Yeah, the super teams. So like it's like where I'm at right now, I don't really have much of a chance, but I'm not going to give up. With them, this is fun. Like this is when fantasy is fun. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So panic time for Chris. I think Chris might go 1-3 in his next 4 games. Like if you look it up, it doesn't look great for him because he's got Jerv next week, Chris Nairboss, Bobby, and Matt Wilson. So I'm saying 1-3. He's gonna beat Matt. He could possibly sneak in a win against Nairboss or Bobby. So I don't know. We'll see. Now, as far as like I said, the Huff schedule, easy peasy. Like, all right. So listen to this. He's got you, Matt, David, Biggs, and James.
Oh gosh.
That's an easy 4-0. Like, no offense, Joe. Like, I'm just going based off of, like...
Oh, none taken.
Now we're doing strength of schedule. Don't worry. If I was in your situation, I would still say he'd go 4-0. Look, and I'm after James, so he could go 5-0.
Yeah, no, I did a rankings, and that kind of goes accordingly to that.
Yeah. So, it's chow time for Huff. It is chow time. He's about to eat. So, anything else on this one?
That's about it.
Alrighty. Ceedeez Nutz loses to Breece's Pieces 94 to 124.32. All right. Next up is London Calling versus London Calling versus Jamar Chase Biggs. Missed that one. Missed it. All right, so London Calling beats Jamar Chase Biggs. This was our only good matchup. It was kind of an underwhelming performance by Justin Herbert. I was expecting a little bit more. I kind of wanted it to be closer just for entertainment purposes. But, yeah, congratulations to Luth. His team held on. That was good.
Yeah, it really should have been closer.
It should have been closer. Again, I'm a projection whore, so it's nice because now it's the opposite. Like, so we watched Luther suffer last year, and it was fun. It was exciting. We had a good time with it, but now he's watching everyone else suffer this year.
Yeah.
Most recently, David Biggs. So like it's because that was a heart-wrenching. That was such a tough loss for Biggs because he needed that one. Again, like I said earlier, 2-4 at this point in the season is way worse than 3-3.
And it's worse whenever you started 2-0.
It did. Yes, that's true. You've lost 4 straight. Like it's that was and then we'll talk about this later, but he had a sweet little a nice little panic buy late in the waivers. So we'll get to that, but yeah. He gutted his team. Like if you look, he like most of his team is off the roster.
He must truly love Cam Akers because he let him go.
Yes, if you love something, you gotta let it go.
So he finally let go Cam Akers, the biggest bust.
That might have been like
season.
The biggest. Yeah, so far it is by far the biggest bust because he was drafted in like the first 3 or 4 rounds in most leagues that I've been in.
Yeah.
Hey, McCaffrey's still not hurt, and Mark Andrews is still a dog.
Yeah, dude, I feel like he's just carrying like this team and the Baltimore Ravens on his back.
He is. He put the team on his back, though.
Yeah, he's so good, and that's the thing. You get that mismatch with the tight end position with Mark Andrews and Travis Kelce.
Like we say this every week. It's Mark Andrews and Travis Kelce, and then everyone else in the league.
Yeah,
if they're not drafted in the first round next year, then you're doing it wrong. Mm-hmm. You're doing it wrong.
McCaffrey has to be a good sign because you don't know like how the program or the franchise is going to go with like a new interim coach. If everybody just gives up or if they actually rally behind him. But a 19-point effort, that's pretty nice to see.
Especially when you had the drama with the Robbie Anderson on the sidelines, and so it's tough. But it's nice to see that McCaffrey can still, put up McCaffrey numbers.
Even with like a third string and fourth string quarterback.
Yes, through all the turmoil. Actually, I think it's better for McCaffrey that they're second, third, or fourth string quarterbacks because they're going to rely heavily on the check down, and he's going to be right there. And he's so good at his elusiveness once he catches the ball that it's going to be perfect.
Yeah, 7 catches, 89 yards. Yeah. So that reflects that.
Yep. It was just an all-around good performance by Luth, and it was tough. This is a tough loss for Biggs. This is like all the implications and just like the how it was set up because like it was set up. What was he like 25 points or 30 points down or whatever?
Well, they scored 13 points, so
yeah, he was about 25 points down.
Yeah.
Dude, that 25 points from your quarterback and your tight end, that's easily doable. That is very easily doable, and like I said, I hoped it would have been a little bit closer, but hey, it gave us something to be excited about going into Monday night, so that was fun.
Yeah, it had to suck for Biggs seeing Chase get 28 points finally produced for you, and it just didn't come up with a W.
Yeah, that's always tough. Because like 93.82, it was the same with Chris Valente. It's average. It's like you win some weeks, you win a decent bit of weeks with that amount. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So like he's not totally out of it. 2-4 on a 4-game losing streak is tough. I don't know. I'm trying to spend zone this for him. I don't know. Luther's upcoming schedule is looking favorable to him. He's got Matt, me, James, and Bobby. I say he goes 3-1. 3-1 through that stretch. I don't know where he's going to get the loss. It's probably obviously everything points to Bobby, but yeah, 3-1. I think, and then what sucks for Biggs is he's got a tough one. He's got coming up. He's got Luke, Jerv, Huff, and you. So I think he can best case scenario go 2-2.
Okay.
I think he can go 2-2 through that stretch. I think he needs to go 2-2 through that stretch and then finish out the season undefeated, because after that he's got Chris Valente, Matt Wilson, me, and James. So he could possibly there's again, I'm trying to spin zone this for Biggs. There's a strong possibility he can sneak into the playoffs. There's a very strong. He's got to win, obviously. He's got to go. He can lose maybe 2 games. That's it. But he's got to win. But he can. Again, Luther's looking great. He'll be fine. He will be fine. You got anything else on this one?
That's about it.
Alrighty. London Colin beats Jamar Chase Biggs 104 to 93.82. Alrighty, we have, let's see, who's next? Colin KaeperTHICK. Colin KaeperTHICK versus London Has Fallen. I have a new song for this one that I was hoping to use last week, but here it is.
Got money, retarded. Don't want her if you don't clap when she walk. Ain't too pretty in the face, but she's super thick. I'm just thinking with my dick. My shit done. I'm just thinking with my dick.
Story of my life. Good old Colin KaeperTHICK. KaeperTHICK. Matthew's done. Matthew, we could have the ceremony now. Well, he has something to play for. Okay, he has the toilet bowl to look out for.
Yep. Yeah, at least go all out on the toilet bowl.
Yep, and if he's feeling confident, he could we obviously have the playoff bracket for the losers. He could put some money on those. Maybe recoup some money, maybe recoup some honor or whatever you want to call it. But it's downhill from here. Now, again, I'm not going to say you're completely out of it, because you are, but you are not completely out of it, even though you are completely out of it. With that being said,
It's
please
so confusing.
Please continue setting your lineup. That is, I think it's a league rule now. I think it should be a league rule if it's not. But I think you have to set your lineup. If you don't set your lineup, like if you you get a warning and then maybe a second warning depending on your excuse, and then the third one, 3 strikes, you're out. Because the only time I'll be okay with someone not setting their lineup is if during the playoffs when they are in the loser bracket.
Yeah.
That's the only time I'll be okay with someone not setting their lineup. Now, granted, I get it. If you're not going to be on the waiver wire trying to pick up people, I get that. Start your lineup, and if you have a person on a bye and you need to pick up somebody and start them. You know what I'm saying? Be common fantasy courtesy.
Yeah. The funny thing is, though, that you do make that point. he actually didn't start 2 people this week, but he actually did start his lineup.
Yes,
because that was his lineup.
Because initially I looked at it and I was like, holy fuck, he forgot to set his lineup. And here's the thing, I've done that too, especially because I work all weekend, like Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I'm working because that's just I bartend. So like there'll be times I forget. There'll be times I'll see like an injury or I don't see an injury, and like it's not intentional. So like but if you just like intentionally, I'm talking about intentionally forgetting to set your lineup. Mm-hmm. Even though like this was Luke had a couple of significant buys that he got away with just because of how bad Matt's week was, but 131 points, that's still good, especially when you have like Damian Pierce, Brandon Cooks, and Amon-Ra St. Brown on buys.
Yeah, it was kind of funny. They had the second most amount of points go against the worst points in league history.
Yeah, this might be one of the biggest spreads.
Yeah,
like the biggest point differential, the margin of victory, if you will.
So if you bet Luke minus 100 spread, you definitely cashed in.
Luke minus 100?
Oh,
no, he
98.
Minus
sorry.
98. Yes, if you bet Luke minus 98, dude, we should make spreads for these. Let's make spreads for these.
We'll be Vegas.
We'll be Vegas. Oh, that's fun. Oh, I might do that. I'll front up the cash. I don't care. We'll be Vegas. You want to set the spreads? I think we should set spreads. That would be fun.
Oh,
and then have people bet on it. I'll have to we'll have to set limits because I'm not fucking Richie Rich over here. But yeah, I'll front up the cash. That'll be fun. Ooh, that's good. That'd be fun because I'm done with my sportsbook app. This has been dumb. Nice Jimmy G start there, bud. That's the ultimate. That's the ultimate Luke start there.
Yeah.
I like the Brian Robinson thing. He's held on to him at this point. You got to start him.
You got to start him.
He literally the definition of through thick and thin.
He cashed in with a touchdown for him. So yeah, he held on, waited for his return, and yeah, he's cashing in.
Yep. So the Hills and Valleys struck again with Tyreek Hill. He had a monster game, 12 of 15 for 177 yards. Monster.
Yep, we knew he was going to do that.
So I'm saying don't start him next week.
Don't start him next week.
I mean, I'm just kidding. You have to start him next week, but I don't know how he's going to do.
That's always the most frustrating thing about Tyreek Hill is that it's coming, but you have to start him or else if you don't, then
because there will be weeks where he'll have 2 weeks in a row of great points, and then he'll go down.
Yeah.
And if you'll be the laughing stock of the league if you have Tyreek Hill on your bench and he goes off for 32 points.
Yeah, we will laugh at you. A lot.
We are laughing. We will laugh really hard. So, let's see. Matt, I don't really have too much to say about Matt's team other than let's hope you can set your lineup completely next week. You'll have Josh Jacobs back. You can throw Rashad Bateman in there, Freiermuth. You'll have Carl. So I don't know, man. It's tough.
I know he's been active with trades. He's been trying to get himself back into it.
Mm-hmm. Which is respectful. His team is just really bad.
Yeah.
It's just not I'm literally searching for any type of silver lining or spend zone that I can do cuz Matt's my boy and I like him, but I don't know. I'm trying. Maybe Tua coming back. Let's say James Conner. No, I guess he's not going to do anything. Josh Jacobs. Yeah. I don't know. It's tough. But anyways, congratulations to Luke, Mr. Colin KaeperTHICK himself. I think this is something that was surprising to me when I saw his schedule because I think all right, obviously we think that Matt's going to go 0-4 Like, it's just, again, I'm not trying to be an asshole at this point because, like, this is just kicking him while he's down. But, yeah.
Unless something drastically changes.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think, like, he plays Biggs, James, me, and Chris. And I think he can win all 4 of those. Like, he definitely could possibly win all 4 of them. He has Bobby after that, which will be tough. But if he can go 4-0, and then these next 4 weeks, he'll be 4-3 or 7-3, which will be easy playoff contention. So definitely got to go on a little bit of a run. But yeah, you got anything else on this one?
I think that was about it. Luke had the perfect lineup for himself
Set. This was the...
Oops, I'm sorry. Luke had the perfect lineup set.
That he could have done.
Oh, he
but
did?
that's because a lot of guys were on buys. So,
yeah.
But
Again, which 131.94 with those people on buys is pretty fucking dope.
It looks pretty good.
It is pretty good. Yeah. So anything else?
That's about it.
All right. Colin KaeperTHICK clobbers. London has fallen 131.94 to 33.28. Next one is back-to-back-to-back runner-up versus one ass cheek and 3 toes. You probably heard it earlier, but this is a song I have to put for Jerv because this guy, all he does is.
All I do is win, no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get enough. And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up. And they stay there.
And they stay there, just like his score and his win streak. He went on fire, got balls back twice.
Yep.
5-game winning streak. Hottest team in the league right now, according to Sleeper. But I think we don't do Sleeper rankings. So, Joe, the Jeff Wilson stat was tough. I saw that, and I felt for you.
yeah, that one was pretty tough. But, I mean, who would have thought they would be down,
like 14, 21 points to the Atlanta Falcons.
Exactly. I don't even think Biggs would have thought that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, congrats to Jerv. He had a good week. His top 3. I mean, Saquon Barkley's still back. He's still so back. It's awesome. Joe Mixon finally did well for him, and Josh Allen did Josh Allen things.
Josh Allen's still carrying the team,
Yeah.
Just kind of does like doing Patrick Mahomes things.
Mm-hmm. It does suck that Jerv he won without starting a tight end.
Yeah, fuck you.
Yeah, that's a
God, fuck you, Jerv.
that's a tough one.
What the hell?
That's so mean.
Like, really? It's just like, oh, yeah, I'll just fight you with one hand behind my back.
Yeah. But good news to you is I think Jonathan Taylor's going to be back next week, right?
Yeah, hopefully he can get something going because that's basically what my season's dependent on this point.
I think you're poised to have a good comeback. I'm talking just about next week because you'll have Darren Waller, Chris Olave, and Taylor all potentially back.
Yeah, but the thing is with Darren Waller is like, I mean, he's not gotten anything over 3 points this year.
I know, but like it's just you see Darren Waller in the tight end spot and you get happy. Like right, like it's the same with me and Kittle. I'm starting Kittle this week, and it makes me happy to see that because in my brain it's because I draft him so high that the value is still way up there because of where I drafted him. I got to learn how to just not value a player so much because I draft him so high. Mm-hmm. That's just what it boils down to. Yeah, this is one you kind of needed. Again, 2-4, way worse than 3-3. Like the difference between 3-3 and 2-4 is way worse than 4-2 and 3-3.
Yeah, but the thing that sucks is like, I mean, yeah, Stevenson's the only thing that's really keeping me together, but my depth looks like shit.
Yeah, it's tough. Yeah. Oh, it's rough. Good news for Jerv. DeAndre Hopkins is back and Marquise Brown is out. Now, I think that this is not great. I think he needed Hollywood Brown in. Because with Hollywood Brown in, I think DeAndre Hopkins eats more.
You think so?
I think so. I think they'll probably put their cornerback, their best cornerback on, you think DeAndre Hopkins? Well, it's just more to worry about. Now they have less to worry about. They can focus in more on DeAndre Hopkins.
Yeah,
That's
unless
essentially
you,
what I was going.
yeah, unless you consider the Robbie Anderson situation, but he's not like a Marquise Brown. I know what you're talking about as far as shifting the attention of the defense.
Exactly. So, yeah, Jerv, I don't know what, like, he just keeps winning. That's pretty much it. Like, he had a 96.96. I don't know if that's the first time that ever happened.
96.96.
The same score on both sides. But
Scoregami.
I like it. But he just wins. Like, I mean, it was an average stat line, but he won. So I don't like. Again, and with no tight end, and J.K. Dobbins scoring 1.5 points. So he's looking good. He could easily go 4-0 in the next 4 games because this is his schedule. The next 4 games. He has. Let me see. Oh, come on, quit being slow.
Let me guess. He's playing me again.
I don't think so, but he has Chris Valente, David Biggs, Matt Wilson, and me. Easily go 4-0, and then he has James after us. So he could potentially go 5-0. He could be on a 10-game winning streak.
Jeez,
how insane would that be? 10-game fucking winning streak he could be on. So that's another one of those juggernauts that we were talking about earlier that are just going to be at the top of the league, and it's honestly just going to be fun. It's going to be fun to watch those Titans go at each other. So,
I guess it's a good thing he didn't quit after the first week.
Yeah, right. Never quit. Now for you, you have Huff, Bobby, Chris, and Biggs. Best case scenario, I think you go 2-2. Now, because it's going to be hard to beat Huff. You're going to have Bobby have a weird week. Maybe you catch some of these guys with. So you could go 3-1. I think realistically 2-2, but I think 3-1. Yeah. You can convince yourself because you could just be like, hey, maybe I'll catch Huff or Bobby or Chris during a week where they have buys. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like you gotta that's how I'm spin zoning my schedule because I think I'm gonna go 1-3, but I'm gonna actually go 3-1.
Gotcha.
See?
Okay.
See how that works?
I see how that works.
Okay. All right. Let's see. I think that's about it.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have anything else on this one?
I think that's about it.
All right. Back runner-up beats one ass cheek and 3 toes, 96.96 to 77.84. All right. Let's get to overpaid, underpaid. So I know everybody's initial reaction to the number one paid free agent. It was not great. Let's just go ahead and say it. This was a panic buy.
Overpaid.
Oh, this was an overpaid panic buy. We had Robbie Anderson get $450 paid for. David Biggs paid $450 FAAB dollars for Robbie Anderson with 0 other bids on the table.
That's nearly half of like the money that you start off with.
This is one of those scenarios where like when COVID happened and everybody panicked and bought toilet paper.
Mm-hmm.
Like you buy shit you just panic buy and you buy shit you don't need.
Yeah.
And you spend way too much money on it. That's essentially what fucking David Biggs did.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like, I guess it was like the first thing he saw, and he was like, I have this much money, and somehow he convinced himself that other people were going to pay more than that, or about that much.
I mean, I guess if he was doing,
to give him props, he was doing research on, what other people were paying the weeks before. Mm-hmm. But let's break this down. Robbie Anderson, I guess get it. He just got traded to another team that maybe might make him a little bit happier. But you got traded to a team who's got like Rondell Moore. They've got AJ Green. And then now they got DeAndre Hopkins coming back.
See.
And Zach Ertz. Like, I don't see the logic on how he's a high value.
All right, I'm always going to try and put a positive spin on this stuff because it's just in my nature. I think the only spin zone you can think of right now is DeAndre Hopkins is going to take a lot of the defensive focus, and possibly AJ Green, leaving Robbie Anderson free. Like, I get it, they still have Rondell Moore and Zach Ertz, but again, this is just me trying to put a positive spin on things. It might help Robbie Anderson. It might. Like, if the defense is so focused on DeAndre Hopkins and like some of the other pieces, it might leave Robbie Anderson open.
Yeah, but what has that Robbie Anderson been his whole entire career?
Average.
Well, deep ball guy. So he might get some. He might have like a good game, but then like a couple of games just not.
He's a Hills and Valley guy.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I tried. So yeah, definitely overpaid. Next one is Kenyon Drake. Paid. Who bought him? Who got
Chris
him?
Nairboss.
Chris Nairboss got him for $287. There was 2 bids. There was another bid. Here's the thing. I know I'm a little bit biased, but I think Kenyon Drake's the man in Baltimore. I think it was good.
Oh, I thought it was good too. I have to
it's
agree.
good.
I think it was. I put just right on this one.
Solid.
I don't want to put like underpaid because he technically kind of overpaid for him, but I mean, in comparison to all the other weeks, I mean, that was kind of right up the alley.
And like we're getting to the end where like these players are going to be few and far in between because we're going to have everybody's going to be bought up. Like the only way we're going to get somebody like that's very, very valuable is if the starter in front of them gets injured. You know, because like the NFL's gotten everything pretty straightened out. So yeah, I think Kenyon Drake's gonna be the man in Baltimore. I think it wasn't an underpay and it wasn't an over. It might have been a little bit of an overpay, but I think I'm gonna say perfect.
Yeah.
If it was the only bid, then I would say overpay. So it's that 2 bids that just that does it. Let's see. The next one's Robert Tonyan. Biggs got him for $52. That's an under. I think that's an under.
Yeah, as much as I shit on him on the first one, I definitely gave him an underpaid on this one.
Underpaid. There was also two bids for it. I think Rodgers is so fed up with all of his receivers that he's just going to go to Robert Tonyan.
Yeah, this one feels different because like in the past, Robert Tonyan's had the one explosive game and then he just hasn't done nothing. But this just feels different because they need help. Yeah. Whereas, he's always had Devontae Adams in the past. We were just banking on him using the luxury of having other receivers Tonyan step up, especially a tight end since he hasn't had a tight end step up in a while.
Right.
So, yeah, I like this one. Underpaid. He was able to outbid him, and I think it was good value for Tonyan.
I agree. Next one's Wan'Dale Robinson. $40 by Huff. At this point, I'm just not going to question anything Huff does. But I do like it because he had a great week. He's very, very young. He's only 21 years old, and he's very, very talented. And Brian Daboll is doing what Brian Daboll does, and so I think it was a good pickup. And he only got him for $40.
Did you just read the description that popped up?
No,
on Sleeper app of the player analysis.
No.
Well,
is that what it said?
Well, the 21-year.
Oh yeah, I saw how old he. I looked up how old he was.
That's 21 years old, and the talented part. Yeah, it just sounded like you were just like reading off the.
No, I saw the highlights. I saw the highlights of the game, and I saw how like he was actually looked pretty athletic. So,
yeah.
He's small, but yeah.
No, I agree with you. I just had to poke some fun at you.
I mean, that's what other research can I do? Like, I watch the highlights, I look at the stats, and I look at like what these experts say. Like, what else? What do you want me to do?
I guess everybody's talking about how he's 21 years old.
21, yeah.
So
he's young. He's young. So
I guess maybe everybody's just wishing that they were 21. So
wishing I was 21.
Yep.
What did you have for it?
Yeah, I had underpaid. I don't know how the fuck Huff keeps getting richer. Like, I mean, that was
the rich get richer.
That was a great pickup. I mean, no one's really solidified themselves yet again at in Giants with the Giants. I think Tooney's still been out.
Yep.
Or Tony's still been out. I don't know why I called him Tooney, but
Tony.
Yeah, Tony's still been out. They're winning. So, like, things are going well. So, like, and then Wan'Dale Robinson, he's been out with a knee injury. So, and he came back and looked good.
Yeah.
Like, get some repertoire with Daniel Jones. Yeah, I mean, just kind of just a big fuck you, Alex Huff. How do you keep doing this?
Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. And then we'll get to the trade here in a minute. But, yeah. Next one's Daniel Carlson, 26. Oh, overpaid. You paid $26 for a kicker. I don't care how many bids. You overpaid.
Overpaid.
It's Matt Wilson, so I understand. I get it.
It's a scramble.
It's a scramble. Like this right now, it's just a free for all.
Yeah.
This guy's it's you're backed into a corner, so you come out swinging. Type thing.
He probably just did that, like Carlson. Granted, Carlson is one of the better
he's-
kickers in the league
for
right
sure,
now.
for sure.
He's scoring the most amount of points.
Yep. I would pay more than that for Justin Tucker.
Yep. Yep.
So I'm not saying Carlson is a Justin Tucker, but
Yeah. Metaphorically in this league, he might be doing that as kicking onside kicks in this league.
this is his onside kick.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha. I like it. Let's go to the next one. Mike Jasicki, sorry, picked up by Kristen Airboss for $18. I think it's an underbid. I like it with Tua coming back.
Yeah, I think it's an underpaid. As much as I hate his gritty, I mean, I
His
really
gritty
wanted
is
to.
terrible.
Yeah, I think it was a good underpaid.
And it's nice because like it was only $18. Like it's at this point $18 is nothing. And to get a starting tight end for a team that has their starting quarterback coming back, I think it's an underpaid. Dak Prescott, $6, still an overpay. Sorry, Jerv. Overpay.
Ouch.
I just don't. I mean, like that's. Obviously, I'm joking because it's Dak Prescott for $6. I don't know why nobody else went for him. I guess everybody's like kind of set in their quarterback ways.
Yeah, not me. But I probably could have used that one. But yeah, no, it's $6. Dak Prescott, yeah, definitely an underpaid right there,
yeah.
and that helps him get over the Josh Allen bye.
Yep. I agree. Yeah. So it's definitely an underpay. I was joking, but so we got. Let's just roll through the rest of these real quick. Derek Carr, $1. Who cares?
Yeah.
Will Lutz, $0, underpaid.
Yep.
Matt Ryan, $0, underpaid.
Yeah, there was 2 bids for Matt
Yep.
Ryan. Why the fuck there was 2 bids for Matt Ryan? I don't know.
Bye weeks probably.
Yeah.
Josh Allen's going on a bye week, so
I mean, who are they playing?
other
though?
people are going on
Playing-
bye weeks, but
Playing Tennessee.
yeah, it's tough.
At Tennessee. I don't know.
Yeah. Jets and Bengals, $0. Who cares? Matt Breida, $0. Matt Wilson, hey, good for you, bud. You didn't pay any money for you paid more money for Carlson than you did Breida.
I think it's an overpay.
Overpay for Breida? You think Matt should have got paid for picking him up?
Yeah, I should have got paid. Yeah,
maybe he just knows.
What is
maybe
he?
Matt-
2 points, 3 points, 1 point, minus 0.4. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah,
on
but
this one.
Dable's kind of the wild card, man.
Okay, I guess.
I'm again trying to throw a positive spin on this. So, anyways, all right, let's get to the trade. All right, so on paper, I think you say that this is you basically all he did was he traded 2 backup running backs for a starting quarterback or a starting wide receiver. A wide receiver. Well, I guess for the Jaguars, it's their number 1 wide receiver, right?
Yeah.
So James is obsessed with backup running backs. We alluded to that earlier.
An
He
absolute
only has
obsession of
obsession with backup running backs. I don't understand it. But here's the thing: I would have been a little bit more like weary. Like I don't know. I probably would have voted against it if this was like 3 or 4 weeks ago, and the Jags were like red hot for some reason. But because the Jags have kind of been going steadily downhill, they don't look very good at all. Travis, it's just they just don't look very, very good. I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal. I don't think Christian Kirk's going to be putting up 20-point weeks every single week at all. So I don't know. I think Huff got the better of the trade.
Yeah.
Just because anytime you trade away 2 backup running backs for a starter, for a wide receiver number 1 or a running back number 1, you kind of win that trade.
Yeah, spin zone. What if that's the big brain move that the big brain Belichick move that James is doing right now?
It might be
is maybe to have like a good back end of the season. Maybe because all the starting running backs usually get hurt. We see a lot of injuries in the league.
I mean, DeAndre Swift is injury prone, so
Yep.
Jamal Williams will eat when DeAndre Swift is out.
Yeah, and then depending on how this injury is with Cordell Patterson,
I mean, they still have Huntley and Algier and who else? There's one other guy. But yeah, who knows? Algier could take the starting role. So he might just be gambling on the starters getting hurt.
Yeah,
starters. He is 4-2, so he's got some time. He can lose a week or two, but making a push for the last part of the season. I guess that's what he's trying to do.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what you think, but I think Huff won this one initially. But we'll see. We'll see who gets injured and what happens with the Jags.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, Jamal Williams does put a wrinkle in this because he is explosive
He is very good.
and he may actually just still get playing time regardless of the status of DeAndre Swift. They might just try to rest him a little bit.
Like a Chunt, like a Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt, or
Yes.
a Zeke Elliott and a Pollard.
Yes.
I agree. That could definitely very well work out in his favor there.
I love how you mentioned the other two backup running backs that James has on his team.
Right. That was actually unintentional.
I know it was.
I did not know that at all. I did. I just didn't think of it. But anyways, you got anything else on the trade?
That's about it.
Okay. Let's see. Let's get to the projections or let's see our predictions. Next week, Eagles are frauds versus you haven't seen crazy. So me versus Chris Nerboss. Go.
Oh shoot. You versus Chris Nerboss. I think I got you for the upset on this one.
Well, according to Sleeper, it's not an upset, but yeah, I think I bounce back. Let's put it this way. I need this win. This is a huge week for me because I cannot go 2-5.
No.
I cannot go 2-5 and have any hope. So I'm gonna pick me. Ceedeez Nutz versus back runner up. I'm gonna go back to. I'm gonna keep picking Jerv until he loses.
Yeah, that's a safe bet here. I would have to think so. I mean, depending on what the. He does have Josh Allen and Gabe Davis out, so that's kind of tough. But I mean, he still has a good bit of depth.
Yeah. This is our version of the London game. London calling versus London has fallen.
Yes. Name game for sure.
Yes, this is awesome. I mean, Luth is gonna Luth is gonna just annihilate it. But we do have a London game.
Yeah, he's already projected by 17 points already.
I'll set the over under on this, and you always take the Lunder. And then, man, I kind of want to I want to do spreads. So I'm so excited about this.
Is this a -17 Luther?
-17 Luther. And the over under set at 201.
201.
No. It's got to be 178.
178.
No, that's unofficial. So yeah, over under set at 178.5, and the spread is. I think we should do -21.
-21.
-21 Luth, yeah.
Okay.
All right. Again, unofficial spreads. All right, Colin KaeperTHICK versus Jamar Chase Biggs. I'm gonna say Jamar Chase Biggs, just because out of this is actually no, I can't. He's on a 4-game losing streak. He's got to prove to me that he can win. I'm going Colin KaeperTHICK.
Really?
Yeah.
Just trying to see all the buys. I guess he gets.
Oh, I'm going through these, just not looking at the teams.
Yeah, I'm trying to briefly look through it.
I got you. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to.
I might have to say Colin KaeperTHICK. He was thick with 4 Cs.
I think he continues to 5.
Yes. He was thick with 4 Cs. He might get 5 this week. Let's see. Campbell Starbucks Cup versus I Am Digging It. I'm going to go with, just because I never know. James's team is so bipolar. I never know what's going to happen. I'm going to go with Campbell Starbucks Cup.
Yeah. He's got to get himself a wide receiver in that lineup, but give me the upset here. I'm digging it.
I am digging it. He's got to set his lineup though. So.
Yep.
But yeah, he'll get that done. All right. Last but not least, one ass cheek and 3 toes versus Breece's pieces. This would be an upset of just a giant magnitude for you.
Oh, yeah.
If you
The
could pull
upset of
this
the
one out,
century.
this would be the upset of the year.
Yeah, no, absolutely. But that's not happening. Even though there's a lot of green in my lineup for as far as against the matchups against the defenses. Yeah, that's not happening.
Yeah. I'm going to go with Breece's pieces as well. So, yeah, we'll see what happens, and we'll let y'all know a little bit more on the spreads and the over-unders if we decide to go that route because, yeah, I think that would be fun.
I think that kind of sounds fun.
I think it sounds fun. All right. Love y'all.
Later.